Today on What Went Wrong, we shoot the shit.
Hey, it's all good.
Hi, I'm Brett Mauser, and I made over 40 feature films, and I couldn't have done it with guys like this.
Without guys like this.
Hi, I'm Brett
Hey,
Mauser.
so this guy fucked up. We ain't even taking a shot. We got nothing but empty fucking glasses. We're waiting on tequila, motherfuckers.
Hi, I'm Brett Mauser, and I made over 40 feature films, and I couldn't have done it without guys like this. Real quick, rolling around the room, Jake Yetchmanek, producer. Quick bio, real quick.
Quick bio, been with you now since '07. Back in '07, I hooked up with these guys, and I think it's probably one of the best moves I've ever made in my life. It's the most fun I've had. It's not gotten boring. That's Adolf Yetchmanek sitting over there on the end. No.
Stand up, man. Let's just say everybody see your height.
Everybody
Hey, you're out of frame now.
Goddamn feet tall.
And we knew this guy since he was.
And he started when he was like this high.
Yeah, I came in 09,
4 years
and I
old.
think that's the most fun I've ever had, and it's just been awesome to be able to keep working with y'all.
John McClane,
With my nipples and everything.
movie Mac.
Yeah, I've been following the ponderous, not so sane bullshittery since 2011. We were talking about before when Serial Rabbit was on, Serial 3 was on Netflix is when I found it. And then I went looking for everybody, and that's when I learned the hard way that people in independent film are very difficult to track down. And it's really only by nothing short of a fucking miracle that I actually
Apparently
made
not hard
contact with
enough.
everybody.
Right,
That's gonna
I'm
be a
Joey.
mess.
Sometimes they call me Gigantor. Brett was my instructor in college, so I don't have a future anymore. But yeah, that's all right.
Here's a book. You better read it. It's written and directed and wrote and
Written and wrote and also published by.
Described.
Hold on, we
Brett
got.
Mauser.
So there are many times when I start a movie and I get into production and I realize how bad of an idea it was.
Terrible idea, but none
Like
of us
this
tried to
segment
stop
for
him.
one, but
No.
I tell you what,
Yeah, you get to the point.
working with Brett from day one, back in 2000, give or take, correct? Or
Yeah.
that's 2000, 2002, give or take.
Yeah, the first time you shot was in 2003 or 2004 on
It's,
Shadow Dragon.
Shadow Dragon. So it's been a blessing. It's been good. Man, Jake, I fucking love you, but god damn it, it's been real good. It's been a whole good experience, and it's just good to come out and do something different and get away from reality for a minute, which actually it's kind of still reality. But all these guys here that stand up here, they're a bunch of jerk-offs, and I guess I'm one too.
when he joined us in 2003, he was a good Christian. Didn't drink or anything, and
No, I
here
didn't.
we are now.
Open that shit. And we need another round.
There you go.
John, when you came down and started and worked with us for the first time on Blow a Kiss.
Yes.
And the first scene, you had a dildo strapped to an AR-15 shoved in your face.
No.
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 It was
The
the
very first scene I was in would have been when the character Joy walks into the apartment and gives me the dirtiest goddamn look I've ever gotten from a woman a day in my life. And I was married once. And then I just kind of like
What
sit-
was his name?
Jeff. So I sit in the background while Ernest fucking grabs his cock and walks around and tries to make fucking dick jokes the whole time. I remember the dildo actually
Hey,
entered
you see
into,
the high schooler?
into my brain and then my asshole because it was supposed to be sitting in the ice chest. And I said, is it just a dildo or is it like battery operated?
That was
And you
kinda
were like,
Brit-
why? Because I'm betting you had other thoughts than what I had. But I thought it would be funny if when Ernest opens up the fucking thing, it's flopping around like a fucking fish. Turns out, how would any of us known this? But they're not that powerful. So we didn't do that part. But the dick was always in my brain. Yeah, I said it. And then it turns out we had the AR-15. And Jake, who was playing the rabbit, was going to murder everybody. And I'm like, well, the rabbit would use the dildo as a bayonet. So that's when we strapped it to the front end, and then somehow this guy puts the dick on
Strapping
upside down.
dildos. I don't
So
know.
in order to
I'm
help
no
him
longer
put it
part of
on
this shit.
properly,
I don't
he gets
stand
the
my
only
rights.
lesbian on set because she knows more about dicks than he does. Wait a minute, really?
I didn't know that shit. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna
So,
fuck nobody
so
with
they
that.
they put it on with electrical tape, and it's probably still fucking there. It made an appearance in Serial Rabbit 5,
Then a magazine and a special mounted bayonet.
where Sergio makes a comment about wanting to keep it for personal reasons.
You know, just keep this for myself.
But of course, as soon as I
Fucking
say
Serge.
put the dildo on the end of the AR-15, business end of the AR-15, these two look at each other and say, "Yeah, we're doing it." No, this is the exact way it happened. He looks at him, he looks at him, and they go, "Yeah, we're doing it." How did I know what they meant? Well, because I'm as fucked up as they are. And now technically it didn't actually penetrate my butthole, but I had to pretend like it did. Now, for the record, nothing's ever gone into my butthole. It's only come out of my butthole. So I had to
It blew a
wing
kiss.
it.
It blew a kiss.
Yeah.
Hush, little one.
Right up my
neck.
butthole. And then I got shot like way too much. The fucking fake blood is in my nose for a week. And that's that. And then I was dead on the floor. Oh, and when Dane played Joy had to leave, I guess we just didn't think about this, but my 205-pound ass is sitting directly in front of the fucking door. And I'm dead. I'm dead. How's she gonna get me out of the way? He says, "Oh, just figure something out." He tells this girl that probably weighs 130 pounds soaking wet, "Figure it out." Yeah, because she's bench pressing this, right? So she pulls me out of the way, but I can't like help. I'm dead. So I can't even like kind of roll myself over. So what did she decide to do? She fucking kicks me. It worked. Anyway,
No, I'm seeing a pattern here because the very first time you were on a set, you came over and you were lying in a puddle. We ripped off your
Cold
head.
water and I
Puddle,
said, let me take off
raining
my
Corpus
jacket.
Christi.
Yes, sir. I was. She said, "Well, would you like to play dead?" And I said, "Shit, no problem." So we're gonna lay in a puddle. So let me take off my good jacket. And took off my good jacket. I said, "Now we're gonna put a sheet over you." I thought I was working for WB or whatever the fuck. I don't even know where the fuck I even met these fuckers. And so they said, "Hey, you just gotta hold your breath." And I was like, "Man, you know what? You know what it is? I just kind of like doing shit." I said, "Yeah." I said, "And you're always gonna die, but first you have to die in my movies. You have to die. And you're gonna die many, many times." And there was that other one. Up on
Well, we put you in the first scene where you were the drug dealer and you got beheaded by Janice.
You can't tell everybody that shit.
And then we brought,
just in case if the Democrats get in.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell them all that shit.
Then we brought you back for the end of the movie because we were running out of actors. So we knew that, but you were already in the movie, so we had to hide you some way. So we wrapped your head in bandages and said that you had broken your jaw or something, so you couldn't talk. You could, and every now and then we could figure out what you were saying. And I still remember you cracked up poor Gabriella so many times
She
because
was
you did in her
awesome.
face.
It's like something with herpes or some shit. You don't turn it, motherfucker. But I put some gauze inside my mouth, kind of like the Godfather, just a little bit. But it was all fucking taped up. But when we did that deal, picked me up. Oh, Brad picked me up. Boom, and that blood just dripped down. I was like, boom. But then there was that shot. Spattered all against the wall. Come a long way from that. Come a long way from that. That's it.
Now, your first time came on in the middle of Bad Mojo, and we
Right.
were supposed to have all these people show up.
All these vampires for the vampire hunters to kill, and nobody showed up except 5 of us. And cool part about that was we all got to have the featured fight scene with the vampire killer, and I got to do Santiago.
Pattern here, and everybody who's been with Ponders knows that this was a tradition. That first time you were on camera, you died.
Well, check this out. When Jake came on, he was, fucking buff, right? I mean, we all getting old. This has been over, what, almost 20 years. Almost 20 years, give or take. 2002, you came on, everything, he come in, but he always still got a loud voice. Hey, he's the man. He's been great all through this whole deal. You've been looking for spots, you're producer, I give all credit to this guy right here. He's been good. I mean, like, without a doubt. I said, man, me and Bobby gonna have problems. Nah, not much. I said, Jake from State Farm. You get no credit, but hey, he drank a beer today.
One of our newest additions, also one of our oldest, is Joey back here. And if I remember correctly, you came on board. Was your first film with us Red Days?
Yes.
And Trey Bear, because we were supposed to have, because it was a remake of After the Day. And Trey played the citizen, and then Sergio played the knight in the original. And then we were going to swap it because now Trey is a bodybuilder and is huge, and Sergio has built his body in other ways, shall we say. So he was the citizen this time around.
Find that horse.
But Trey couldn't make it, so we wound up putting you in the role of the knight.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
That was pretty cool. It was short notice. It was real cool. Luckily, there was no dildos or anything like that coming at me, and I didn't die in the very beginning. I got a couple cool fight scenes, some good dialogue, a little comic relief type of thing.
Now you got the privilege of having Ziamaro on your back, stabbing your head.
Yeah.
So you got how was that?
That was fun. I wish we should have done a couple more takes with the fight scene. That would have been fun. You got it all done. Oh, that was great. We were done. I want to fight you some more.
And we'll come over to our youngest over here, Adolf. You're gonna have to remind me, because I would say my first call would be say Sierra Rabbit 3, but I know that wasn't it.
Yeah, it was.
No,
It was.
That was your first acting. You started out on the Innocent Saga.
No, I acted in Innocent Saga. I had a one-off scene with.
Was it Dylan? Was it when you were young Dylan in the laundromat? Was that
Yes.
the first
Yes.
time that we ever used it?
And he'd started working as a
He was
producer
the
before
bu-
that.
the
Not a producer, production assistant
Production
before
assistant.
that.
He came out as a baby, as a kid, and when they started, remember he was an abused child.
By Dale Earnhardt, I hate to do this.
Yeah, Abused Child,
Yeah.
Sierra
that's
Rabbit
Sierra
3.
Rabbit
3.
But that was before.
Sierra Rabbit came after
Y'all
Sierra
got way
Rabbit.
too much
With
Sorry,
your
that-
great mustache. I'm watching that for the first time thinking that is the most fake ass porno mustache I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, it was.
But I never would have guessed that this was that kid.
Yeah.
First time I met him was at the restaurant before doing the blow a kiss, and he says, "Oh, this is Harvey." No, the little
Young Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah, little Harvey.
Hey, put the bang down, bro.
And I'm like, what? Because look at this fucking
Even then,
monster
I think I was
over here.
at that point.
And it's amazing how fucking.
Hey,
Since 9 years old, yeah.
you're the man. Speaking of,
And then he was in the Green Conspiracy. He was the
One of my favorite moments because it was so creepy and it wasn't creepy in terms of how you necessarily perform, but it was just the way you look so blindly into that camera, and you sold it as this brainwashed by society and by the government kid that should just be, if any of my films change people's minds on anything, it should be that scene.
Yeah, how did I realize I was practicing for 2020?
You tell the nice people out there what you told me about your father.
I'm proud that my dad gave his life to give me clean air to breathe. My only hope is that I will be able to make the same sacrifice for my children.
We all have a history here now with Ponderous and with making the films. So, do you regret it? What are your regrets? And you're kind of here not long enough to really have too many regrets.
I don't have any regrets yet. So
But are you?
He plans on having to. This is on his list of things to do.
possibly.
Build regret.
Do you have any regrets, or is this something that you wouldn't trade the world for?
I
And
would
why?
I would and quite literally do this for free. In fact, Sierra Rabbit 5, I think I donated the most of the entirety of the budget. But
Yeah,
Oh.
I would say so.
the only regret I think I could have isn't even a negative. It's just that I live. If I'm driving, it's 2.5 days. Yes, I do. It's just that we can't do this full time. That's really the only regret.
Yeah.
In
only
the
regret-
end,
Yeah.
we have to go to our day jobs. Otherwise, we can't do this.
This is fun. This has always been fun to me. This is the way to get away from all the fucking negatives, all the bullshit. Come out here
And it's the
talk
people
shit.
that make it fun. The work
And
itself can
you know
be
what?
fun.
We're all different. We're all different. We come from different aspects, and we all do different jobs, and we all done. But this is to get together. This is, and Brett, you bring this together as people, and this is the greatest things. We don't have to agree on a lot of things, but you know what? This is the greatest thing because it makes me, you. Hey, you know what? You just relax, have a shot.
Well, that brings up a good point about the people. I mean, we've all experienced the negative people on set, and then the ones that are doing this for the reasons of money or fame, and the people that will slam us. And of course, I mean, how many of us here have asked, well, what are you getting out of that? You know, I mean, are they paying you, or are you getting,
Nobody's ever bothered to ask me because they know that I'm crazy enough to do whatever the fuck ever.
What would you say to the naysayers then? The people that that do slam us, and will for whatever reasons, whether it's
Seriously, or like make a joke?
No, well, both, either or.
As a joke, I would say suck my hairy white American nutsack. As realistically, I would say what I was trying to say the other night, but probably fucked it up 100 different times, is this is my opinion. That's your opinion. You're welcome to have it, but I don't have to agree with it. You're welcome to express it, and I'm welcome to say suck my hairy white nutsack.
I really don't care what they think. I just want to make stuff that I want to make, and work with you. Just learning a lot of different ways to do stuff. You gotta get experience. You gotta get out there and make shit. Don't talk shit, make shit.
Well,
I heard that, brother.
I like that.
I heard that.
See, that brings up a very interesting point. What do you get out of this? What is the purpose of doing this, making these films?
Look, right here. No expectations, no disappointments. If you expect shit and you keep expecting it and don't get it, you're going to be disappointed. No expectations, no disappointments. Hey, you come out here on your own free will to do this shit on your own time. And you know what? Fuck you. Huh?
The whole thing.
Sometimes he'll say stuff that is so fucking profound. It's like when did Voltaire step into the room? And then other times it's like, dude, how many?
If you shut the fuck up, I'm gonna say
did you
something else. No, I don't eat dicks, bro. But hey, here's no. So, and if you get it, expectation, right? If you get it, accept something real good when you get it, but no expectations, no disappointments. When you get it, it's like really good. You get this gift, and you know what? The gift is that you brought everybody here together. We all come from different walk of lives. I know I drank a little bit. One other shot. But hey, shit, it's still early too.
What?
But it's a true story.
What does that ever matter to you?
What it comes down to is working with Ponderous for me, well, and now Not So Sane, is it has been
Have
the
a
most
drink, bro.
It's been the best possible film school to go to. You got all of you morons going out and paying big money to take film classes and stuff. And I just jumped in with this, and I have learned so much. When I first started, I didn't know anything about being a filmmaker, and now I are one. So, matey.
Now, from my standpoint, I look forward most to seeing, seeing where people go after they've been with us. For instance, I'm looking forward to seeing Full Moon after you've had some experience with us. And I really still want to see what you do with the Get Back. because that film was written for you,
Right.
with you in mind for that role, and now
And him.
and I would love to see
Yeah.
what you do with that,
Cops
and I want to see, and there's been so many people that I've worked with that I'm going to be honest have let me down. And we
Oh,
all know,
great.
we all know.
No pressure.
No, I'm not saying that. No, not in the sense. In the
there ain't
sense
no
that
pressure,
people
there
don't
ain't
even
no-
try.
Yeah.
That I watch people and they have so much
You can move over.
potential. And especially you, who have worked with us for over 10 years, 15, almost
But
20
he's going
years.
to be far and beyond. He's gone
You
far and
will
beyond.
be able to do this, but you need to be able to say, I'm going to do this, and then go and get it done.
Right.
And I think you're going to have a great time making that film. It is all you. It has you written all over it. Get it done, because I don't want to see you. I don't want to put you on that list that I have with other people. That it's like I've given. Look at how many people I've worked with that I've given opportunities to.
Right.
I've offered to fund people's films, and nothing. Just
I didn't even know this.
Ghosting.
This is news to me. So you're gonna give him the get back on that?
Yeah.
he's got the
gonna-
rights
you
to
gonna
get
do
that
it?
back.
Yeah, I've got the rights to the movie. Yeah.
Well, whatever.
I got 2 years. I got 2 years left to get this shit done.
I've been waiting on this shit for a minute. And hey, you know what? Even if it ain't me, I'll fucking help you. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to start. We all get a little older, a little tired.
Yeah, we're starting to get a little long in the
I
tooth.
get. Hey,
Yeah, I've read the script, whatever version that you sent out to everybody, and I'll fly down for it. You only get about a week or two of me, but I'll do
I can do it. I think. I didn't know. This is news to me right here, right now. There's another one that you have that I got, and I lock it up.
Oh, Barrio Kings.
See, nobody knows about that.
Nobody
shit,
knows about that
but
one.
I do, and it's there, and
Oh,
it's
I know
locked
about
up.
it.
It's locked up, and it's there. And then you know what? I just even if I get too old to where I can't play an actor, it'd be good to be behind the scenes. And you know what? I act like I like going to work every day. And they pay me for that shit, so fuck it. Pay me, motherfuckers. And if you don't, this shit's for free. I fucking love it.
All right, we have about 2 minutes left, so I'm gonna since he just kind of walked right in on the set, I'm going to introduce Ryan Olson over here. He's
Ryan,
one
get
of our-
over here, man. Here,
one of our
I'll kind of
newer-
give up my seat, man.
Newer additions.
Get on here. Hey, hold
The
on.
first time.
Hey, you need tequila. 'cause
What was the
ain't
first?
gonna- You need tequila.
You're way behind.
You're gonna help this old motherfucker out right here.
What was the
I heard
first?
that.
Was the Innocent Saga little bits? Were those the first things that you had worked with us on, or was there? What was the first time? you
Yeah,
worked
it
with
was
us?
Innocence Saga.
We brought you on in Innocent Saga as just as kind of a random character, and I got to tell you, my mother watched your first scene with you and she's like, "Who is that? I want to know more about that character. What is that character? What is he doing? Who is he working with, and all this stuff." So you definitely made an impression on people. But real quick, we only have like a minute or so left. Who are you, and why do you do this?
Well, Ryan Olson. Why do I do this? Because I love storytelling. I made my first movie when I was 5 or 6 years old. Just my parents' old VHS giant ass camera and Star Wars action figures. That was
Mine was G.I. Joe figures.
Yeah. And I just, other than thinking about maybe teaching history, this is the only thing I've wanted to do, is be able to tell stories, be able to give people either an escape for a couple hours or hour, or the rare chance even inform them about something. Just there's telling stories is so universal to us.
Now I'm saving my last question for everybody here has given a lot of their time, a lot of their effort, and they've made a lot of sacrifices. But I do want to put on the table right now, on camera, in front of everybody, that probably, aside from myself, which I'm sure he'll agree with, the person who sacrificed the most for the films and been there and done the most for the films and
Fuck you,
has
man.
given so much.
Fuck you, dude. I don't even like this shit.
Has been, Ernest has been there for a long time, and I'm not talking about you.
No, because
Ernest has been there for me in my personal life a hell of a lot. So he is my brother, and my mother actually on Facebook, my mother, I put brother on my Facebook. My mother says, I'm getting people asking me why there's a Mexican who's a brother. But when it came to the films, and Ernest himself, who's wandered off, has actually literally saved my life a few times. But since this is what went wrong, we're talking about films. I want to say that the guy that has been there and has devoted and sacrificed a lot more has been Jake Yetchmanek. So with all of the different things that we've talked about, all the what went wrong episodes, all the issues that pop up, all the conflicts that we get, any regrets?
I have no regrets at all. I've loved every minute. When we've had little rifts, even though I didn't understand some of them, we still got through it. So I have no regrets. I was there then. I'm here now. So, and I'm happy to be here. Proud to be here.
Will we be here in 10 more years?
I will if I live that long.
And bigger.
I mean, if the country isn't on fire. Fire.
If we all don't get killed in the Trump supporter purge.
all I want to say is this guy is fucking badass. This guy's fucking badass. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, thank you all for sticking with us, for being there, and for seeing this through and continuing to make films.